Hey, welcome to Cinemondo with Kathy. I'm going to talk to members, VIP members. I want to talk about the ones who live. I don't know if any of you are Walking Dead fans. I sure was. It kind of tapered off a little there toward the end. The repetition got to it, and then I think the most fatal blow was that they lost Andrew Lincoln, who played Rick. Now, once Rick left, I feel like it kind of lost its heart a little bit. It kind of lost its way a little bit. I still enjoyed the show. We still had Michonne, who was fierce and amazing. And I love Daryl and I love Negan. I know you're not supposed to love Negan, but he did kind of carry the show. So there were characters left that were still great. But I think without Rick, you didn't have that intensity, and he's just such a great actor. So I feel like he kind of lost its heart. But good news. There is a Rick and Michonne spinoff. Yay! The other great thing is I got to work on this poster. You're welcome. So here it is. My team, we all worked on this poster. I think it came out awesome. I love this poster. It's great. Thank you, AMC, for letting us work on it. But there's always the chance like, oh, is the show going to be good? Now, I have loved the other spinoffs. Daryl Dixon I thought was really a cool new reimagining of The Walking Dead, having it in France, having this character that we love in France. And then I also like Negan and Maggie in Dead City because they were such a spark kind of love-hate thing. And really, they only trusted each other because they knew their history. They knew what the deal was. And even though Maggie wanted to kill Negan for very good reasons, he keeps trying to win her trust. Good luck with that. Anyway, so Jeffrey Dean Morgan, great. So they've been very solid spinoffs. So this was the last one. This is the one we've all been waiting for. Rick was yanked out of the show literally by a helicopter out of nowhere. It was such a shock. That was the most shocking, insane moment in the show. Like, what is happening? So that has been percolating around Hollywood for years. It was supposed to be a movie. It was supposed to be 2 spin-offs. It was supposed to be 2 movies. Just never really happened. The pandemic happened. We never really heard what happened to Rick. It's been years. So here we are. We finally got it. So I was very excited to finally see them together again. So they didn't waste too much time. The first episode, this is what we're talking about right now. The first episode is Rick's kind of catch-up episode. He narrates it. It's like he's talking to Michonne. He's like writing in his diary. He's telling her, he's got a journal, not a diary. So Rick's got a journal. He's kind of narrating the show. He catches us up to what has happened. Now he talks about how he was rescued. He talks about the weird CRM that he's now part of, which is kind of this military-based kind of group that is protecting a city. And so he's basically working with them, but he's kind of a really low on the rung grunt. So they have him going out and just killing zombies. They have him on a big leash, which is really weird in the opening episodes. He does not want to be there. He wants to be home with Michonne. He does not want to be in this area. He doesn't know why he's there. He was pulled out of a zombie herd that was about to kill him. He woke up and here he was. He's not sure why they rescued him. He's not sure why they picked him. So here he is on this leash. He's out in the woods at night. He's trying to kill zombies while he's on this leash. That's his job. So he gets far enough out. He suddenly decides, this is my chance. Kills a zombie and decides he's going to do it. He cuts off his own hand. Now that was a shocking, we're going to talk spoilers. This is in the first 5 minutes. So the big deal about this, in the comic, Rick lost his hand ages ago during the original episodes, but and I don't blame them. They couldn't bring themselves to do that to Rick. And also it's a pain in the ass to shoot around it. Nobody wants to do that. So they had other people suffer injuries, like, different characters lose limbs but they also lose their lives. But they didn't want to do that to Rick because he was the star of the show and they were just going to have to deal with his hand the whole time. But they did it here. He doesn't escape. They pick him up pretty fast. You cut off your hand, you end up being pretty weak and it's hard to run away and hide because you're just losing your shit pretty much. So that was kind of a cool, shocking moment. So you go, okay, they're not taking any prisoners. This is going to be serious business, this Rick show. So we get to catch up with him. We get to see how he's coming to terms with, living in this place that's technically like a bustling city. They have a military, they have parks, they have, it's like a city, like before The Walking Dead happened. So in the middle of all that, he has these little fantasy sequence where he's in kind of this dream world where it's almost like before any of this happened. And he's out in this park and he sees Michonne and she's a stranger. And he's like, oh, hi, I lost my way. How do I find my way here? And they kind of sit on the bench in this park, and they kind of get to know each other in these little plugged in moments throughout the show, which I think is kind of a nice little trick, because you're seeing this really grim world, and yet you get to see these actors all cleaned up. Michonne looks super great in these incredible suits she's wearing. She's very professional. She's very polished, and you can see why he's falling in love with her, because she's amazing, right? So we have that little thing happening, this little flirtation. So you have the flirtation and where that's going to go. They have not seen each other since Rick was torn away from his family. Now, what has been going on? Well, he's starting to fill us in. I don't want to give away too many spoilers. You need to see the show. But suffice it to say, we have some shocking moments. We get a big reunion at the end, which is amazing. A little awkward, I'll have to say. A little awkward, but I get it. I get they don't want to just be simple. They want to do something interesting. So I'm very interested in hearing what you have to say about this show. I'm going to try and cover every episode. I'm a Walking Dead fan, and I was just over the moon. I got to work on the show. So that was really great. So let me know in the comments what you think. If you're watching the show, do you want to watch the show? Do you like Rick and Michonne? I mean, I was very excited to see them back together. So, and thank you so much for your support. This is some of the things we like to do for the members. We give you some special videos, and be sure and comment. Let us know what you think. Okay.